explaining that she likes him as a friend and as only that.
No, it's because she saw you looking like a beta, bruh. That's the only reason. If you weren't actually shook and, went through the bushes and just saw a rat and you weren't on your ass, maybe she probably was going to feel some type of way downstairs. But since she saw you slacking, now you're lacking, bro.
Later, in the void.
What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Savvy, and welcome back to the Savvy Show. And before we get started, just want to let you guys know that my surgery went well. Main reason why I'm recording and I'm able to talk and everything. I was supposed to be in a lot of pain and some inflammation after getting 3 teeth extracted, but I literally feel like I didn't even have a surgery. So I'm pretty lucky about that, but I'm even more happier that I could record SCP reactions for you guys. Like always, Fridays, Dr. Bob came out with some more heat. This one looks pretty juicy, man, to say the least. This is SCP-867, Blood Spruce. So I believe it's going to be like a blood tree or something. Who knows? The thumbnail looks like a tree sprouting out, a blood tree sprouting out of a human. So we shall see how deadly this will be. So with that being said, if you guys are excited for this reaction, please remember to smash that like button. Let's get 100 likes on this video. And also shoot me a comment down below if you guys do enjoy this reaction. And also what you think about the SCP in general. And also I really appreciate all the people that wish me a good surgery in the last video. And little things go a long way. So I really do appreciate the time that you guys took out of your day to wish me a good surgery. It really means a lot, man. So with that being said, without any further ado, let's get this show started. Oh, whoa, hold up. I know a few of you guys are about to wait for me to click this video and you didn't turn on post notifications. So we'll take some time for you guys to do that. Like, 3 seconds. Alright, now you guys are all plugged in, hit that bell. Now we'll get started. SCP-867, Blood Spruce. Let's go.
What was that? The man and woman's hike through a gently rolling portion of the Rocky Mountains has just taken a turn for the dangerous. There's something there in the bush, the man tells her before stepping in front of her in a defensive pose.
Okay, hero.
They watch the bush intently. There's a slight rustling of the leaves as if something is inside. The man picks up a stick from the ground and holds it in front of him, ready to strike whatever fearsome beast is lurking in the underbrush. The rustling stops, but the man doesn't move from his protective stance.
Ain't that scared?
Do you think it's gone? The woman asks. The man isn't sure.
Nah, he's shook.
He leans in towards the bush, searching for signs of what might be hiding inside when... Ah! The man screams and falls backwards as the creature emerges from the bush. Aw! The woman cries. It's a pika! She kneels down to get a closer look at the adorable little creature.
That's small?
Pikas are native to this part of Colorado, and they resemble rabbits, but with small, rounded ears. She watches it hop back off the trail before turning around to see her friend lying tangled in the branches of a tree.
Bro, that's not no regular
laugh
tree.
As she offers a hand to help pull him out of his
Look how
predicament.
red that tree is.
Are you all right? She asks between fits of laughter. Yes, he's fine. The only thing hurt was his pride. He notices a small red spot on his arm and rubs it, but it doesn't seem to hurt at all. His attention is diverted by the woman, though, who is marveling at the tree he was just stuck in.
We've seen this all too many times before. Only takes one little nick into your life.
Free of the branches, he can appreciate now that the tree really is incredible. It looks like a huge blue spruce, but the name is a complete misnomer, because this tree is a vibrant red color. I've never seen anything like it, she says, and the man hasn't either. Neither knows what species it is, and, strangely, there don't seem to be any others like it. Maybe this is the result of an odd genetic defect that turns blue spruces red. After admiring the tree for a moment, the pair decides that they've hiked far enough, and that they should probably head back to the car. She jokes that he's likely exhausted from his run-in with a wild animal, and he laughs, but clearly his ego has been bruised.
Yeah, I mean, mine would be bruised too.
The man stops his car in front of the woman's house, and she thanks him for taking her on the hike. As she starts to get out, though, he stops her. He asks if she wants to go do something else, like dinner? The woman thanks him for his offer, but she has to be up early the next day for work. Just a quick drink then? An hour? 30 minutes? The woman tries her best to let her friend down easy, explaining that she likes him as a friend and as only that.
No, it's because she saw you looking like a beta, bruh. That's the only reason. If you weren't actually shook and, went through the bushes and just saw a rat and you weren't on your ass, maybe she probably was going to feel some type of way downstairs. But since she saw you slacking, now you're lacking, bro. I'm sorry, homie. No day for you.
The man opens his mouth to respond, but she stops him.
Damn.
If he valued their friendship, then he wouldn't try to take advantage of it by using it as a backdoor to dating her. The man again looks like his pride has been shattered. He apologizes and admits that she is right. It's just that he has such a good time with her that he never wants it to end. She gives him a sad smile as she closes the car door and he watches
Oh my
her enter
God.
her house before he finally drives away.
This guy's taking dummy L's, bro. Like mad L's. And he's soon going to be a blood spruce or whatever. So it's going to be a double whammy. Damn.
It's 2 weeks later when the man's phone rings.
Actually, triple whammy.
It's his friend. She explains that she's been thinking a lot about what he said in the car, and that she likes spending time with him too. Maybe there could be something more to their
Girls are so
relationship.
fickle.
The man can't believe it. Is this really happening?
Well, not all girls. Majority of them.
The woman is serious. She'd like to take him up on that dinner offer, if he's still interested. Her treat. She wants to know what he is doing right. Ah! The man suddenly yelps in pain. Is he okay?
This is
What
in a
was that
dark
sound?
room.
Yes, I'm fine. It was nothing, the man tells her. It's just that now's not a good time. The woman doesn't understand. She thought he'd want to see her. She explains that she's leaving town for a work trip the next day and will be gone for a couple of weeks.
Uh-oh.
She was hoping she could see him before she left, but the man cries out in pain again. He tells her that he hasn't been feeling well all day, but that he'll be all right. Okay, well, get well soon. I'll call you when I get back. They exchange goodbyes, and the man hangs up the phone. The man looks terrible.
What the
His
hell?
skin is pale, and his face looks hollow and gaunt. He looks down at his arm
Looks
and
mummified.
sees that the veins themselves appear to be moving, pulsing, and vibrating. He screams again in agony and falls to the floor, clutching his arm. After writhing on the floor, he manages to summon the
What is
strength to
going
reach for the
on?
phone. His hand searches on the table above him, and eventually he's able to knock it onto the floor. He grabs the phone and starts to dial.
Did he turn to a tree?
1. Before he can press 1 again, another wave of intense searing pain
Oh my
consumes
God.
him. Several weeks later, the woman is standing outside the man's house.
Weeks?
Mail and newspapers are piled up on his front porch, as if no one has been in or out in some time. She knocks on the door, but there's no response. Hello? She
Damn, wait, hold up. Weeks? And only a friend that curved you is actually checking in on you? Where's your family, friends? Like, who are you? Like, how is no one checking in on you for weeks now? That's weird.
calls out, but still nothing.
Not even neighbors?
She's very worried. She's tried calling him several times, but he never answered or returned her messages. She tries the doorknob,
boy dead.
and to her surprise, the front door swings open.
That has a doornail.
She steps inside, and the room is dark.
Gotta be.
She's also immediately hit by a strong aroma of pine? She searches on the wall and finds the switch. She turns on the lights and can't believe what she sees standing in front of her. There, in the middle of the room, is a massive spruce tree.
Oh my
Its
God.
upper branches pressing against the ceiling.
And let's see,
She
what's the
reaches out and
foundation?
touches the tree's vivid red branches. They feel sticky and wet. She
Oh
pulls her
my
hand away
God.
and looks down to see that it's
You're
covered in a
next
red
now.
substance. That's when she notices something else. Stuck among the trunk at the base of the tree is the half-consumed body of her friend. Unfortunately, this pair would never have the
Bruh.
opportunity to see their
Dr.
feelings
Bob,
take root and
explain,
grow.
please.
Because unbeknownst to them, this beautiful tree is actually a very deadly anomaly, known to the SCP Foundation as SCP-867, but which is perhaps better known by its very appropriate nickname, Blood Spruce.
Oh, okay, I said alright.
SCP-867 is, or at least appears to be, quite similar to the species of tree Pisceae pungens, better known as the blue spruce.
That's pretty cool.
Of course, there are a number of dramatic differences
Oh my God.
between 867 and its non-anomalous counterpart.
Almost all the size.
Visually, and most obvious, is the coloration. While blue spruces, as the name implies, are typically a blue-green color, SCP-867 is a deep, vibrant red. There's another major visual difference too, with the blood spruce lacking any sort of seed cones that you would normally expect to find. With no pine cones to protect and spread seeds, you'd be right to ask how SCP-867 goes about reproducing.
Humans.
The answer to that question is what makes this beautiful tree such a dangerous anomaly.
Jesus.
The secret to how SCP-867 reproduces is found in its leaves.
Such beautiful
While they
artwork.
look like pine needles, SCP-867's leaves are, in fact, needles. Their structure is very similar to that of hypodermic needles, and each
Whoa.
one contains a single long, thin seed, which sits above a small gas pocket at the base. When a living creature touches the leaves, the tree immediately reacts. It triggers the gas pocket in the base of the leaf to release, which injects the seed into the skin of whatever touched it.
So the tree reacts to the person touching the tree? Like it's actually jerking to get the needle in instead of the actual human touching it itself? What The hell?
The process is quite similar to that found in auto-injectors, like those used to quickly treat allergic reactions. The seed itself is extremely small and is coated in a liquid that has both anesthetic and coagulant properties, which makes the process virtually undetectable. Once implanted in the skin, these seeds can lay dormant for up to 2 weeks before they begin the germination process, and the true horror of SCP-867 is revealed. Once the seeds begin to sprout and grow, they will not seek to penetrate through the skin like a plant rising out of the soil. Instead, the strange plant will grow within its host's body, spreading throughout the circulatory system. This process is extremely painful for the host. The plant's tendrils wind through their veins and capillary system, stretching and pressing against them as the blood spruce grows within them. Eventually, the ever-increasing size of the plant's tendrils becomes too much, and the veins will begin to rupture.
This
leads to severe internal bleeding, and soon after, the death of the host. The entire process is quite quick, with it only taking 24 hours from when the seeds first sprout to the host dying. But that single day will feel like an eternity to the afflicted individual, as they feel the plant rapidly growing inside of their body.
Oh my god.
But even though the host has expired, this parasitoid tree is far from finished with them, or at least their body.
Use them as soil.
Soon after death, a new instance of the blood spruce will burst from the body. The red tree is quite small at first, but it will continue to quickly grow, just as it did within its host's body, and can reach maturity in just 30 days.
So I know this is a really bad way to, get clapped, but at least he's not alive throughout this whole process. Like other similar SCPs that will literally make the host, which is the victim, still alive while all this crazy shit's happening. At least he's like dead and gone, It could be a lot worse.
And unlike most other plants, SCP-867 is able to grow regardless of light or soil conditions, because it does not produce food via photosynthesis. No, this plant is carnivorous. As it grows, the 867 will slowly consume its host's body until nothing remains except the blood-red tree. Instances of SCP-867 were first identified in Colorado during the 1990s, following reports of numerous disappearances of hikers and park rangers. The SCP Foundation dispatched a team to the area to investigate.
Probably became the trees.
They soon discovered numerous instances of the previously unidentified tree. Several still young specimens were acquired, though unfortunately, this led to the deaths of several agents who were not yet aware of just how dangerous the red spruces could be. Once their threat level was properly assessed, several specimens were flagged for containment and research purposes, while all of the other identified instances still in the wild were destroyed.
Oh, this should be safe.
The remaining instances of SCP-867 were classified as Euclid and are now securely kept at a Foundation biocontainment site.
Okay. I can see why it could be Euclid, because there could be many more instances of this SCP that they don't know about. Like, if there was, only 2 or 3, that would make sense, but I guess it could be anywhere. Damn. Well, that does make sense.
Human contact with the plants is normally not allowed, and remote rovers are used for the majority of tests and upkeep. If for any reason it is necessary for a human to enter 867's containment cell, they are to wear full hazmat suits with a Kevlar underlayer, and upon exiting the cell, must undergo a full herbicidal treatment and inspection. Should any possible puncture marks be discovered, they will be forced to quarantine for no less than 15 days.
15 at
nature.
least.
It's so beautiful, peaceful, and calming, yet seems determined to try and kill us in any number of ways. If you're out hiking or camping in the woods, try to remember this extremely famous adage which I may or may not have just made up. It goes, leaves of 3, let them be. Needles of red, well, you're probably already dead. Now go and watch another
Dr.
entry from the files of Dr. Bob, like SCP.
Bro, I love Dr. Bob. This shit's good. I want to hear that one more time. This boy, or maybe something I just made up right now.
Which I may or may not have just made up. It goes, leaves of 3, let them be. Needles of red, well, you're probably already dead.
Yo.
Now go and watch another entry from the files of Dr. Bob,
Let's see what happened, Dr.
like
Bob.
SCP-021, the skin worm, for another deadly anomaly with parasitic tendencies.
You want to cut it down?
And make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single anomaly as we delve further and further into the SCP Foundation's classified archives.
Ooh, yo, this was a juicy one, bro. This was juicy. Hope you guys all enjoyed this reaction, and I enjoyed this SCP thoroughly. This was really cool. This is kind of like a hybrid. It's more so like a safe SCP, but it's definitely dangerous. And you never know how much is out there because people could just get pricked and go around the world and get sprouted there. So it's interesting, which makes it even more creepier because it could be anywhere. It's not just in one set location. That's probably why it's not safe. But yeah, man, this animation was great. Like always, Dr. Bob hit out the park. If you guys love this reaction, please remember to smash that like button. Let's get 100 likes on the video. And also hit that sub button, join the family. We're so close to 5K, guys. We're right around the corner, man. Right around the corner. So let's get it done together. And that's going to be the halfway mark to the goal, which is 10K. So I hope to see you guys all there. Hope you guys are all loving the content so far. And remember, man, we're only getting started. So with that being said, I hope you guys all have a good day or night wherever you guys are from. And unfortunately, that concludes today's episode. However, I'll catch you guys on the next one.